2008 Acura MDX with a check engine light on. Let's get the Innova 5610 plugged in and see if we can figure it out. All right, so we've got P0134 stored. That's the only code that's showing up. O2 circuit, no activity detected. Bank 1, sensor 1. I also just want to do a quick all module scan on this. And it looks like we've got one DTC in the PGM FI fuel injection control module. All right, so there it is, the P0134 confirmed air fuel ratio sensor, sensor 1, bank 1. This is the rear bank for the V6, which means it's closer to the firewall. The O2 sensor or air fuel ratio sensor itself says it has a heater system malfunction. So it's probably the sensor itself or the wiring to it is bad. It could be burned from some exhaust or maybe chewed by some rodents or something like that. Let's go take a look under the hood and do a quick visual. Take a look at the wiring to that sensor, take a look at the sensor itself, see if it's broken or damaged, and see if we need to order one or replace that one. So let's get out, pop the hood, and take a look. Bank 1 sensor 1 is right back here on the back of the engine. So this is our oxygen sensor or air fuel sensor, and if you follow the wiring, you can feel it going over here. Here's where my hand is. It's a little bit of a reach or a stretch, but so it looks like the wiring is intact. It doesn't look like it's burned or chewed. What it does, it kind of comes out and goes down and just kind of curls back up, and it sits in a little mount. Everything looks like it's connected just fine, so chances are it's just the sensor is bad, probably has an internal issue, and they do go bad, they do wear out. So I'm gonna go pick one up and we're gonna change it out, and hopefully that will solve our issue because it looks like all the other wiring is okay. Let's go pick up a new one and we'll get that changed out. All right, well, we're back. We do have a new oxygen or air fuel sensor here from Denso. This is the part number right here, 2345053. Now, I would recommend Denso, or that you get a Denso as the replacement. I've tried other brands and they don't seem to really work or work for very long. They just don't have the same compatibility to this car's computer. So Denso is really the way to go on these oxygen sensors or air fuel sensors. They just are really finicky and really particular, so that's the one we're going to use. Let's take a quick look at it here. Now you see it comes with this little copper anti-seize tube, but if you look at this right here, if you pull this little plastic cover back, they put that on there to protect this. You can see the threads are already coated, so I'm not going to bother using this because it's already ready to go. I'm just going to set this up here for right now, and then let's get the old one out. Now, one tool that makes this really easy is this little oxygen sensor tool or oxygen sensor socket. This is a 7/8 or 22 millimeter. This little offset allows you to put a little extension, 3/8 drive extension. We're going to put this down there, kind of has this little opening so that you can put the wires through here and slide this on and then break that free. So I'm going to try first with the wiring. I'm going to try to break that free or loosen that. So I'm just reaching down with my left hand, just kind of follow the wire here. And then you see right here, here is our connector. All right, so this connector right here has a little push tab at the top. So we can push that in and then pull up on the harness. There we go. Now, in order to get this out, it has another little tab at the bottom. You can depress that and then pull down on the wiring. And there it is. And then we can head back up top. So now we have it loose from its connector. Now all we need to do is break it loose and take it out. So I'm just going to use that same oxygen sensor socket. I'm going to fish it down there. All we need to do is put our 3/8 ratchet in there and break that loose. No problem. All right, so once you have it broken loose, if it's really snug, you can lift up that socket and rotate it around. This one's already loose, so I'm going to take the socket off, and we're just going to spin this out the rest of the way. And there it is. So we'll just compare that to the new sensor. We have a different color shielding on our wiring, but the length looks the same and the sensor end looks the same. Same with the connector and here. Just make sure that those are the same, and it looks like it will work just fine. So let's set the old one aside, and the new one's ready to go in. So just carefully feed that down through the same little opening. All right, and then I'm just going to spin this around. The torque spec on this is 33 foot-pounds. That's it, right there. All right, now comes the fun part, reconnecting this. So we're gonna run this right back down underneath this little metal shield and get it over in the vicinity of where our connector was. So here's our connector, and right here is our little blade that it mounts on, or the little metal tab. Just make sure you have it oriented the right way, and then line it up, and you should just pull and slide up into position. There it is. And then our connectors right here, you just have to line that up as well. It's a snug fit in here, but you can do it. It's really not that bad. There we go. Once you get it started, just push this on till it clicks. There it is. You hear it click. So that's nice and snug. That worked. So let's get it hooked back up. Let's go ahead and erase this code. All right, erase was successful. Now it's rescanning it. No powertrain DTCs or freeze frame data presently stored. Now, of course, we need to start this up and go for a little test drive, and then we'll come back and make sure that that check engine light stays off. All right, well, we're back from a nice long test drive, and you can see no check engine lights are on the dash, and just did another quick scan here, and no powertrain DTCs or freeze frame data presently stored. So this one is repair confirmed. It turned out just to be the bad oxygen sensor or air fuel sensor here, bank one, sensor one. Now, of course, in the scan tool, it said that it was the heater portion of this air fuel sensor that had gone bad. So when you have a 5-wire, most likely that is going to be a heated air fuel sensor. Probably just the component or the heating element portion of this air fuel sensor is what had failed. Something's maybe shorted out inside or caused that heating portion of that air fuel sensor to fail. But the car was running fine. It's just that we did have that error code or the check engine light on the dash because of that. But it's fixed now. We can give this back to the customer. Repair is confirmed, and this is good to go. I hope you liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. And of course, I'll get a link in the description where you can pick up the Innova 5610 scan tool for your vehicle, along with some of the other parts and tools used in the video as well. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck.